just a quick little hint, since I'm doing the second ones, I went ahead and folded, I did the tape first on both of them, okay? And I went ahead and folded and put the front, which was the larger tag, very close to the fold mark. And then I just took the other tag and I looked, it's about 1/4 of an inch smaller, okay? So then, this is the double, the 1/8 of an inch one. So then I went and I folded the other side, line this up again, and burnished it down. And now I know I need 1/4 of an inch for this one to be about the same size. So I'm going to go ahead and glue, oops, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and glue this This is the fun part, right? Watching me glue the back of these. I know this is what you look forward to all the time. Ah! Those poor people in the Ukraine, I just feel for them so much. Here we are having fun, and they are running for their lives. Okay, so I made sure I had it the right way. Now I want to add 1/4 of an inch, but I want to make sure that I am still staying the same across the bottom. But I'm going to try and take this out to the end of my tape. And you can't, you know, I put that on by hand, so I'm going by this to make sure I'm straight. So whatever, you know, whatever comes, because this could have started off and gotten askew. So don't necessarily think your tape is straight. Just go by what's at the bottom. But this should help us out tremendously. And why, duh, did I not have this moment prior to doing the whole thing? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so now let's see. I'm going to get this angled up. Make sure it's even across the top and the bottom. And then I'm just going to see how well we're doing. So there's the first cut. Oh yeah, so much better. So much better than that. Yeah, so that's the way to do it, guys. I should probably just get rid of all of that and just show you this. Which I probably will. So, I talked like you knew what I was talking about. I did the first two showing you how to do them. But the back one was much smaller, you know, 1/4 of an inch about, than the front. So I ended up with all of this leftover space that I'm going to have to decorate and put a lot of things on here to cover that up. And the fact that it goes up into here made it, you know, more or less desirable finish. This, however, is the way it should be done. Now I'm going to take and put that there, still holding on to make sure that my page doesn't move. Okay. So you will just see this video. I'm not going to show you the other one. But the reason we did this is because these tags were just copy paper. I didn't want to, you know, have to not be able to use them, and I wanted to make booklets. So I have one, and what I did is I took my 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and I scored. This is 11, so I scored it 5.5. Okay, I did one of them that way, and just that was it. And then I put some tape around. This is washi tape, so I put glue down on both sides and put the washi tape on. Okay, then on the other one, I'll show you on this, I did the 5.5 to cut that in half, and then either on this side or on this side, just went one over and made an 1/8 of an inch gusset. So that is this one with my 1/8 of an inch gusset there. Okay. And then I did the same thing. Put glue down on both the front and back and ran the tape. The thing is, once you do that, do not fold it until your tape is dry. That's huge, because it will make for a better look. There will be less buckling and all of that stuff if you wait. I have 2 score lines and everything else is nicely placed. And the other suggestion I have, which I didn't do on either one, if there's a top and a bottom to your washi tape, make sure that it is going to be standing up on the inside, because you see very little of it on the outside. And I didn't do that. This is upside down. Not a big deal, but just a little thing to think about. You would want your washi tape to be facing correctly on the side that you're going to see most of it. Now we are going to put something in this one. This one doesn't really matter. It has words to the side, so it you know, it really didn't matter one way or the other on this one. So after I do my tape on either one, I went ahead and put my largest piece that I was going to cut around, and I put it close, not on, but close to the score line. On this one, it would be close. I went ahead and folded the first score line and placed it on. Then I folded the second score line and then placed this one on, so that I would be able to make sure I was missing both score lines, and to make sure that I was adding the right amount of, you know, away from the edge for this one, so that I would have a nice edge around here. So there we go. I hope that makes sense to you. I'm not going to show you the first video, but, you know, as you can see, this one I did not put tape around for the single. I took some archival ink and just inked. I will finish inking it all the way around, but I just did that because that's another option. You don't have to use the washi tape. You can just ink it, or you can leave it. If you just like the white, you can just leave it. Whatever works for you. But here is where I just lined it up, where I should have given myself a little bit more. And having the tape, the washi tape in there, actually allowed me to do more, that much better. But you see here, this one is far away from the edge anyway, and then this one I put closer to the edge, and it needed to be farther than that one especially. So that's why I have such a big piece here to come up with something. Gotta come up with something, and I will. We'll get it done. But anyway, so learn from my mistakes. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this. I'm going to make sure I'm lining my paper up into the fold. Because remember, you put that tape and all that glue down. You want to make sure it dries completely. Okay, here we go. And if you notice any spots where your glue didn't quite get things down, it seems to be on the washi tape side mainly, so it must just need a little extra glue on the washi side. Okay, so there is that, and we're going to cut here. Okay, that's good. And we're going to cut right up here. Yeah, that's good. Very nice. Now this is giving me just a little edge, so I am kind of going a little wider on my edge in the front. And I didn't put my binder clip on, and I really haven't noticed much of a difference because this one is just a single fold. Really important to put your binder clip so that you make sure that this maintains a flat edge, just so they go together nicely. All right, so this one, a little bit up here, but that I'm not so worried about. It looks pretty nice. I think that one's definitely passable. Okay, guys, so, and I don't remember if I said it in this one. I think I said it in that one. I am going to decorate these. I am going to put some centerpiece in here, but I don't know what I'm going to use yet. I may try and use more brown paper. I may do a mix. I may do some fun, just, I don't know. So I'm going to think about what I'm going to sew into this one. Just a couple of sheets. And I think they will just be round and not go all the way across the top. I don't know yet, though. I don't know. We'll see. Because I certainly could put it in there and then cut, and it'll just all be the same size. That might look nice. We'll just have to see. And then these are just going to stay the way they are. I may stencil or ink inside. I don't know. Again, I don't like to pre-decorate everything because I decorate it for the page I'm putting it on. You know, I'm not going to like the same everything that, you know, that I do like this. That doesn't do a whole lot for me next to this. So, you know, I just am going to take my time and figure out what I want to put where. And then I can, this could go in here. So this one's pre-decorated. And the littler ones are really much easier. But the big tags especially, because they're going to be going into here. I am printing out some more, and onto a cardstock, and then I can, but I think I'm going to try and play around with the size a little bit and make them a little smaller. Because I like these big sizes, but I think I'd like to have one a little smaller as well. so that I can have a few more tags to go into the books from the collection. Okay, all right, I think that's it. I am going to try and bring you up to speed on where I'm at with my room in another video. Yeah, it's still a mess in here, but it's not nearly as messy, and the parts that aren't messy are looking pretty good. There's not many of those parts, but you know, what can you say? But so far, the things that I have still in the same places, it's because I still like them. They're working for me. Yeah. This part where I'm working all the time with you guys, it was the first thing, and I still have changed it little bits here and there, but it's still working for me pretty well. Yeah. All right. And I think I went over it in the other video that I'm not going to show you, because it's better that you just do the first one the way I did it the second time. I am going to save the cover until all of the bits and pieces are placed in here, and because we're looking at a good 1.5 inches. When you get all of this stuff that we've got, you're looking at a good 1.5 inches. I mean, we haven't put any lace, any decoration, nothing on this. And all of these things are still to go in here. So I add another 2.5 inches to this. It's going to be pretty beefy, which is fine. It just as long as you can, you know, open it up and lay it down somewhat nicely and be able to write in it. That's the big thing. But I'm going to leave the cover because I think I'm going to have the cover overlap everything. I think I'm going to have it overlap everything, but I'm not sure. I mean, that might be too much, you know, be where it might damage this. So I'm just going to have to see. Just going to have to see. Yeah. But if I make it on this way it is right now, or even with that stuff stuffed in here that's not decorated yet, by the time I do get this all filled up and decorated and it's sitting up here like this, which I hope it doesn't, I hope it just a little bit more, then the cover won't overlap. It'll start, you know, the part that overlaps is going to start being eaten up by the alligator mouth. And so I am going to wait to do that last. These are things you do want to think about as you're going. You know, now if you have a specific cover that you want in your head that you know you want to use, I'd say do that first. And as you work on your project, if you have to take pages out in order to make it work, you can do that. You know, so if you have an envelope that you have decorated and that's the one you want to use, and you're putting everything in to make that envelope cover or whatever the cover is work for you, that's the easiest way to do it. Decorate, and then you pull pages out if it's not going to fit in there. And then you've got pages for another journal, you know, so it's not like you're going to waste them. But that's just, those are things you have to kind of think about as you're working through each step. All right, guys, I love you so much, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.